All right, howdy everybody. Welcome into a Thunderdome Thursday edition of the B Team. Getting started a little bit late today. We were a little bit delayed, but that will be to the benefit. If you are a subscriber of TexAgs, that will be to your benefit because we'll have an Ask Lucci out here in just a little bit. I'm Ryan Brauninger. He's Richard Zane. Again, this is the Thunderdome Thursday edition of the B Team, sponsored by Southwood Valley Animal Hospital, a full-service veterinary clinic offering tailor-made wellness plans for your pet, sick visits, daytime emergency care, advanced surgical capabilities, preventative medicine, and much more. As you know, on Thursdays, we have a bit. And today, we're asking a question that I think we just assumed that we got it right the first time. But maybe there was some experimentation that happened when cereal was invented. I don't know what that date would be. But I have just, in my entire life, assumed that milk is supposed to go in cereal.
I've never had anything else in my cereal other than milk, but I also do enjoy cereal dry from time to time.
I will have to tell a story before we get started about a guy, and I won't use his name. He was our closer at McNeese for a couple of years. This guy has been hugely successful in his life, married with a beautiful family, lives outside of Houston, and has just done a sensational job, or has been sensationally successful in his career thus far. But whenever we were playing together, he liked to go out. And in Lake Charles, and I would imagine most of Louisiana, the bars really don't close. Like, there's not a closing time.
Sure.
Back then in the late 2000s, it was kind of like whenever everybody left, that's when they would close up. Well, this guy is notorious for, if one bar closed, he'd go to another one.
Go find the other one that's open.
And he would clean the bathrooms there. Or this is 6 in. He'd stay and clean the bathrooms or help do dishes to erase his tab.
Oh. I thought it was just some Good Samaritan type of stuff where he's kind of bored. He's had more than enough to drink, but he's got too much energy. He doesn't want to go home. So he's just trying to continue to hang out with somebody. The party might be over, but he's going to do some dishes just to have a little bit of interaction with other human beings. That's what I was thinking.
He was doing that. He's a very nice guy, very kind-hearted dude. He liked to drink.
Sounds like it.
He liked to drink cold beer, and he liked to go out into different bars and do it. So there would be times where he would leave the bars at 4:30, 4:45, and we would have AM running at 5:30. So conditioning at 5:30, and these weren't. This was back in the era where I think sometimes the coaches ran you really hard because they didn't know what else to do to you. And there was they didn't track how much you'd ran or how much effort you'd given.
Yeah.
You were just going to run. It was part of a mental toughness training, right? You're going to get up 4 days a week, and at 5:30, we're running. And we're running long distances. We're running tons of sprints, whatever it was. This guy, he was an animal. He would leave the bar at 4:45 and then go directly to running. And he would smoke everybody. And you could hear him. Okay, so a taxi would drop him off. And you could smell him coming up behind you because it smelled like beer.
Sure.
And he'd run by you and he'd call you some names to try to dehumanize you because he's like, I just left the bar and I'm outrunning you. This guy was an animal.
Dehumanized a little bit by then.
Some of those mornings, so he would go to running and then he'd go to breakfast after running, and he'd put beer in his cereal, and he called it Burial. Only in South Louisiana. Again, I don't think the guy even touches alcohol anymore.
So here's the thing. Somebody said,
I don't even have to
don't put beer. Raisin Bran and beer do not go together. That's courtesy of WD6919 Nice on the YouTube chat. And no, it was not my fault that we did not start on time. It's the same guy who blamed me earlier.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of
he's kind of canceled himself out, right? He blamed me, sorry, and then he gave me some advice. So you're welcome to stay, WD6919.
So Cade is producing the show, but Cade is currently working on getting content out. So Cade has 8 bowls of cereal next to him, and he can choose to participate if he so chooses. Next to us, Richard, we have the liquids that will be going into the cereals for us to try. So I think we have to set a baseline. So we got regular old milk, right? So, and what we'll do is we're going to keep milk at the front, right here, front and center. And if any of these can knock milk off, they will go front and center. So we're going to do an experiment here. The competitors are a Catalyst energy drink, Catalyst, sponsor of TexAgs.
Citrus Spark. I'm going to be drinking one of those in full as soon as this show ends so that I have enough energy to get through the action-packed mayhem, most entertaining style of college basketball that is Buckyball tonight against Texas Southern.
Yeah, Aggies and Texas Southern Tigers at 7 o'clock at Reed Arena. We are going to be leaving. We're going to go, the show will go a little bit long. We'll go till about 6. We'll get out of here. So I think Cade's working the basketball game. Me and Richard are going. If Logan Lee will respond and get us our tickets.
Logan, please.
He's
help
not
brother
listening.
out.
All right, so we have energy drink. We have Minute Maid orange juice, the juice box.
R.I.P. It's actually the
big
ice
AC,
box
yeah,
now.
big ice box. Gold Peak sweet tea, no free ads. Regular old water, coffee, which I think coffee's probably a
Coffee's
safe bet.
probably a good one to win there.
Gatorade Zero,
Yeah,
and then the finale, Coca-Cola Zero. So I wanted to cover just about all of our non-alcoholic bases here to test this theory that cereal is really the best with milk in it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 bowls here next to us. Richard, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pick games because I think that's the most important thing we do on Thursdays. I do have a show prep that has some other stuff in it. I guess we can start with this. Why don't you hand me or just get your bowl? And Kate, you can come get the milk or whatever we're pouring in. Okay, if you want to participate. Once we're done pouring, you can come grab the liquid.
I think this whole bit where we eat into the microphone is Callie Garner's favorite thing this show is. I think that might actually be
it's everybody's favorite thing.
Piece of content we produce.
So this is just traditional old milk. We're going to eat it right in your ears, and we'll get started.
And what'd you get, Frosted Flakes?
It's Frost. I want to try to get as neutral of a cereal as possible.
Well, you could have gone Corn Flakes.
Delicious. It's delicious. Okay. Now, how are we going to discard these bowls? Underneath. Okay, there's your baseline. That's really good. Tasty.
It always is.
Tasty.
Okay? Always good.
There's our baseline. Milk remains good in cereal. One of the things I had before we start picking games is how much college football media do you consume outside of the stuff we put out?
Very, very little, quite honestly. Obviously, on college football Saturdays, I love to fire up the TV and watch as many games as possible. As many games will fit. And then Sunday morning, and that's from game day in the morning. I'm done with game day. I go right into the quad box or whatever. I would go right into the quad box when that was an option. And then I'm watching 4 games at once, pretty much until it's time for bed or time for other activities.
Whoa.
What? Like sometimes we go out to dinner or hang out with people. Like, oh, get your mind out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the gutter.
The way you were talking yesterday, dude, I didn't know if you were going to open up.
The way I talk most days.
By the way, how did that go after you?
I don't think she watched yesterday, which is a good thing.
We're not going to rat you out.
Not going to bring it back up again. Hopefully, she doesn't watch yesterday's show at any point.
So we just poured the energy drink in.
Anyways, I will watch the college football final on ESPN the next morning because I'm an early riser. Even on Sundays, we have content that goes out on TexAgs pretty early in the morning. And is it good or is it bad? Is that I can't tell.
It's pretty good.
Oh goodness,
this is pretty good
because I like Frosted Flakes and I like the Citrus Spark Catalyst. But I'll watch like the college football final show 4 or 5 times until NFL games start. And that's pretty much it for me because TexAgs keeps me so busy. No, Cade. Cade, hey, you're not allowed to say you're not going to talk. You can't chime in and then chime in with a 6 or 7 joke. That's not how this works. That's just not how this works. Shame. Shame on you, Bickham.
Okay, so take a bite of that. This is Catalyst energy drink inside cereal. It's not better than milk, but it ain't bad. It ain't bad.
It ain't bad. It ain't bad.
I'm going to put it behind the milk, so milk still won.
I think the carbonation, like, quickly.
Let's do a ranking. So milk's going to be right here. This is closest to me is 1. This is the second one that we've tasted, so it'll stay there at 2. And we'll get ready to keep pouring these up as we keep talking. But the reason I ask that is because I consume a lot. Because I do, like, every morning I go on a walk with my dog. And it's a 35-minute walk, so I'll get – and I listen to Pate. Like, usually right after Pate's show is done, I'll speed watch it, put it on 2x speed and get through it. And a lot of times I'll fast forward to what he talks about with A&M. So I listen to Pate. I listen to Cover 3 podcasts, Bud Elliott and his crew. I really enjoy them. I've gotten to like where I like the PFF guys. Now, they're an acquired taste, and I understand that, but I like to get their perspective on games. I just, this morning, I was walking my dog and listening to the Cover 3 podcast, and I was going, man, like, I consume a lot of college football media.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it. And maybe it's because A&M's 8-0 that I'm wanting to get more takes and perspective from around the country on what everybody else is seeing. But what it has done to me, it has pulled back the curtain on some of these guys that it's just like, you don't have to be a great player to be a great coach. And a lot of times the best players don't make the best coaches.
Sure.
Because the players, like Shohei Ohtani, he works his tail off, but he's so gifted.
Well, who's the greatest manager of all time in baseball? Would you argue that it's Joe Torre?
Probably Joe Torre.
And Joe Torre didn't have that great of a playing career. He played for a long time, but he didn't have a great playing career.
The Blue Jays manager's like 42. He never got out of the minors.
Well, you know that Tommy Lasorda, greatest Dodger manager of all time, until I guess there's an argument being had now because Dave's got 3, he's still got 2, got cut for this scrub, this kid, this bonus baby named Sandy Koufax. So
what I'm saying is you don't have to be a lot of times the most talented players, they just can do it. Like they don't know how they're doing it. They can do it.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you get a super talented player that can also verbalize what he's feeling and be able to get those points across to other players. So as a coach, trying to develop players, a lot of these guys, and I'm not trying to call anybody out specifically, but you can go around the country in various sports, and I'm in baseball, they get by on their resume. Their playing resume. And you go watch their lessons, you go watch their teams practice, and they really don't know what they're doing. But this guy played 10 years in the big, so he's going to get a lot of attention. You understand? Like, just because you're a good player doesn't mean you're a good coach. In the same realm, just because you are a good player doesn't mean you're going to be a good analyst.
Correct.
I was listening, and there are guys that didn't play college football at all. And I'm going to shout out Tom Fornelli on the Cover 3 podcast. He was talking about A&M and they were bringing down A&M Mizzou and they were making their picks. And Tom Fornelli, there was there's a former player on that podcast. Is Danny Cannell. Okay, Danny Cannell's just saying stuff, his thoughts about the game. And Tom Fornelli, like you can tell, he's watched Mizzou, he's watched A&M. He was calling out some stuff like, "Hey, hold on! Like you can't just say that the Mizzou run game has a chance to take over here when it hasn't taken over in any of the SEC games yet." If you look at Ahmad Hardy's numbers, they've dwindled as he's gotten into conference play. Now, the counterpoint with that, well, A&M gave up a ton of yards to Jeremiah Love and J.D. Price. They gave up a ton of yards on the ground to Taylon Green and Mike Washington at Arkansas. So there's a chance that Ahmad Hardy, a really talented player, could do that. But Tom Fornelli didn't play, but he's like a good analyst. Like he's watched the games. And I'm starting to uncover some of this in college football is like these guys that they're just getting by on their resume. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're not good analysts. And these guys that didn't play football, but they're in there grinding, watching, and understanding how games unfold. I have so much appreciation for Olin. We talked about it 3 times this week. But he doesn't just look at final scores. Like he goes back and goes like kind of drive by drive what happened in these games to determine the outcomes. And I really appreciate that. What are we looking at? I can't see that.
So I need to watch yesterday's show.
Uh-oh.
I'm in trouble. It's a good thing I'm not going home after this.
Jenna, it won't take long. Like the first 2 minutes? It was right after the ad read.
She gets told that a lot.
Okay. See?
Somebody in the YouTube chat wants to know what's your dog's name, Hyman. What a great callback.
No, that's Nuno's. That's Nuno's boy.
James Ellis. What a great callback.
I almost didn't get through that. It was recruiting country.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago? Yeah, you almost
Dr.
pissed
Hyman.
yourself.
Yeah, it was good. That was good. Good recall there.
There's a player in the NHL named Zach Hyman.
former Texas A&M athletic director.
Yeah, Eric Hyman.
Yeah. Don't forget, if you're watching this, a lot of activity here in the chat today. 56 people watching, 16 likes. Get the like count up, man. Again, it just helps us. It doesn't do anything to you. It just helps our algorithm as we continue to try and grow the show. And look, where else on the internet are you going to have – we're answering questions that the world needs to know. Is milk really the best thing to put in cereal?
So far, yes.
So far, yes. Speaking of, let's go to the next one. This is the one that Callie Garner thought had an outside chance. We're going to go with Minute Maid orange juice.
I'm not an orange juice guy in general, so it's not going to score very high on my list.
I don't think this is going to be good.
Not a big orange juice guy.
I think it would be better if it were if it were a different cereal.
It's not like an aversion, like I have an aversion to Tito's vodka. But it's one of those things where one time I brushed my teeth and then had some orange juice as a kid, and I've never been able to get back into the orange juice.
All right, so this is orange juice and Frosted Flakes. This is a lot tougher than you think it'd be. I eating left-handed. No way.
No, wrong. Leave it to Callie.
Bad, actually. All right, that's only the third one that we tasted, but it's definitely going behind the first two. Third place right now, but it is got a chance to tank down toward Richard. So college football, week 10, correct?
It's week 11.
Week 11, gracious. 8-0, and it's in week 11. We're going to pick some games. We're going to hang out here till about 6 o'clock. It'll be a little bit shorter than a normal show today, so we do want to get through these games, give you our picks.
Just got my ticket for tonight.
Did I get mine? They're supposed to be coming from the same person. Maybe he sent you two?
I only have one.
I haven't checked my phone.
Add to Apple Wallet.
All right. Penn State at home against Indiana. I thought this line would be way higher. The Hoosiers are favored by 14.5 points. Indiana has been blasting people.
Yeah, they have. They look unequivocally like one of the best three teams in the country. Fernando Mendoza 1,000% a Heisman finalist if the season ended today. He might win it, quite honestly. But something about 2 touchdowns? Penn State's got way too much talent for it to be 2 touchdowns.
I thought it would be higher.
But then again, I thought the same thing last week when they played in the shoe. They
were tough last week for about a half.
Yeah, for the half, they were very tough because they scored a touchdown and they were getting the ball back to start the second half. I thought they had an opportunity to go double dip, right? And they obviously didn't happen.
They're in a cash it in scenario. And
I like Indiana to win by 2 scores, but not 2 touchdowns.
Ohio State beat them by 24. And do you think Indiana has an offense that's equivalent to Ohio State? I would say yes. Even though I think Ohio State, this was an interesting question that was brought up. Speaking of college football media that we consume, I watch Unnecessary Roughness quite a bit.
Yeah.
At Barstool. This is something that they were kind of kicking around yesterday. It is, does Ohio State have the 4 best players in the country?
Show your work.
Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Smith.
I don't think
Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles.
I don't think Julian Sayin is the best quarterback in the country right now. Yet. I think
he could win the Heisman.
They're bringing him along slowly. Yeah, I agree with you. He could win the Heisman, but he's going to have to put together quite the month of November to do so because they've been so talented. They're so good in so many other areas that they don't have to rely on their quarterback, which means they can slowly bring him along, even though they didn't really have to because his natural talent shines through every single time you watch him. But I don't think he's the best quarterback in his own league right now. I think Fernando Mendoza's better than him this instant. But now. He's the best quarterback right now.
He's drunk right now.
I'm drunk right now.
Ohio State, if you want to put Julian Sayin down the list of best players in the country, fine. But you still would have an argument that Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, and Jeremiah Smith are the 3 most talented players in the country.
Touche.
There's arguments to be heard against that, but it's not out of the realm of the possibility to say that they've got 3 of the top 5, 3 of the top 6 players in the country. Now, I think Indiana is more efficient on offense right now than Ohio State. I don't think they're as good as Ohio State on defense, but I still like 14.5. I think Indiana wins this game, like doubles them up, 42-21 kind of thing.
Wow. I could see it. Again,
Penn State really struggles scoring the football.
Sure. I think Penn State stays in it, keeps it within 14.5, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see your prediction come to fruition.
Indiana, they did a really good job on defense against Oregon on the road. And I would say Oregon's ground attack, offensive ground attack, is as talented as Penn State, even with those running backs that Penn State's got. I just think that Penn State has cashed this thing in. And once Indiana starts getting some space, I think they could run off 3 or 4 touchdowns in a row like we saw Ohio State do last week in the second half. So I'm going to take Indiana to win and cover. Richard is on Penn State to cover, Indiana to win. Cade, are you ready to make predictions?
Yeah, I'm back. I just finished cooking, so I'm back.
Oh, he's finished cooking. He's been on those turntables.
Richard, check your Slack. I was cooking, bro.
Dude, I've got it all. I don't have to check my Slack. I'm looking right now at different various pages on the site. I've got it all.
Hey, LeBron, Ben Simmons is here. Yeah. We're good.
That's what we said to Nick earlier today.
When Cade showed up. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick Savage. We're good.
Cade Bickham is here. We're good. All right, Cade, you got to pick on this game? Penn State, Indiana. Who's your favorite by 14.5?
I'll take Indiana. Penn State's terrible.
All right, the next game in Starkville, Mississippi. Again, an interesting line. Mississippi State at home is a 9.5-point underdog to incoming Georgia. Mississippi State has been close a lot this year, and they broke through.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, but not if you're Mississippi State football. You haven't won a conference game in 2.5 years. I like the momentum that they've got. I'm going to lean Georgia to win the game, but I think the number's too big. Like I thought this would be around 7.5. So if that's what I think, then give me Mississippi State to cover.
9.5's a big. It's moved. I saw yesterday it was 7.5. So
somebody hurt.
Is what does Vegas know that I don't know? A lot.
Well, some of these.
Sorry, don't answer that.
So ESPN Bet is where I get these lines from.
Well, ESPN Bet you saw is going
announces
out.
with DraftKings. They announced it with DraftKings.
Yeah.
And DraftKings, the way the wording on it was very interesting. The official odds provider now for ESPN. Is this a problem given the current climate?
Albert Reese is doubtful.
Well, Georgia
Jaron
can't rush.
Manning.
Georgia can't rush the passer. That's been a big issue for them. I just think the Georgia defense is pretty average.
Nothing on here tells me that the line should have moved 2 points in the last day.
So I'm on Mississippi State to cover, Georgia to win. It's another agonizingly close loss for the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Maybe this past week, and specifically Tuesday when the college football playoff rankings came out, maybe Kirby Smart and the Dogs are starting to not like their position as much. Maybe they're starting to enter prove-it mode. Maybe Gunnar Stockton starts to actually play like a quarterback of a top 5 team. I don't know. Something tells me that the Dogs, the red and black Dogs, are going to cover that 9.5 today or this week.
Cade?
I think Mississippi State will cover just because I think that this game is the best upset alert game of the weekend.
Ooh, I got a better one.
Well, in terms of in the SEC.
Ooh, I got a better one.
Really?
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I'm interested. We'll get to it. Yeah.
I think is Mississippi State, can they win the game? They've been right there against Tennessee. They were right there against Texas.
Can Mississippi State win the game? I think Mississippi State could win this game, but I don't think they will win this game.
What's that?
Cade's coming to try
the first 3
milk, and while we've got a break in the action, there's somebody spamming the YouTube chat. What time is the Ask Lucci coming out? 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 What time is the Ask Lucci coming out?
All right. It's annoying when you say
all right, dude. I'm not going to tell you because once it comes out, you're going to stop watching the B team. All I'm going to say is it'll probably be on TexAgs.com when this show ends or before. I don't know. I do know but I'm not going to tell you.
So that
just
was a whole
keep
bunch
hitting
of
refresh. F5.
That was a whole bunch of nothing.
No, that's probably 5.
Hold on. We got to go back to this DraftKings deal. Like, given the current state, or the current climate surrounding athletes gambling, professional, and now, the NCAA, there's been a pushback, or they've repealed this, the ruling that they were going to allow college athletes to gamble, correct? Or at least they've paused it. There's some big pushback on that. And I also saw that the NCAA is begging Congress, or, well, they're out of work right now. A lot of stuff going on in the world.
TSA is a problem, I've heard.
Yeah. Speaking of, it's college football Saturday, and they're canceling flights at a bunch of airports.
I know.
And this isn't good with my wife in Phoenix and Houston Hobby, where she flew out of.
She's also, it's not good because your wife is pregnant. That's.
Yes, and I don't want her in a car from Arizona to Texas.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But they were who was it that was talking about logistical issues? Was it Nebraska? Nebraska going out to LA this week. They were talking about
Nebraska fly commercial.
I don't know. They were talking about logistical issues due to
no way, right?
They haven't scheduled their flight, or they hadn't scheduled their flight as of earlier today out to LA. So yeah, this government shutdown stuff. But I did see that the NCAA had asked for Congress to step in to help them with eligibility issues, because they keep losing. The phraseology was basically, we keep losing these court cases and these appeals, and we've been stripped of our power, and we've got to do something because these kids will hang around forever, and it's ruining college athletics. And they're right, but it's funny to me that they are now crawling to the government for help when the government and the judicial system is the one that's been punching them in the face repeatedly. Anyway, with the current, the ESPN announces the DraftKings deal. I don't necessarily, like, ESPN is going to cover the gambling scandals across sports. And then on the next time that Scott Van Pelt's on the air, they're going to be
Bad Beats is going to be brought to you.
Bad Beats is brought to you by FanDuel or DraftKings. And every time they do like prop bets to preview games, like, hey, these are some of the over-unders on yardages for Marcel Reed and Ruben Owens in this game. This is what we like. These are like cutaway. These are blurbs right before the game starts. So
So I watch hockey. I watch the Red Wings. They are on what was once Fox Sports Southwest has changed to Bally's and is now FanDuel Sportsnet Detroit. They are doing cut-ins like while there's a brief pause in the action to remind you of the same game parlay.
Yep.
The anytime goal scorer, the over-under on shots. Like, it's overload. It's just a world I don't understand because I don't partake, I guess.
And I'm part of me is glad that we don't have it in Texas, but I think it's coming. And I do think that if it's another stream of revenue for the state, I am not opposed to it. But and I would probably gamble a little bit, but I'm not the kind of guy that likes losing money.
This is all right.
By the way, my ranking of the first three, the milk is obviously first. I have the orange juice above the energy drink. I thought the energy drink was really gross.
This is good.
That's all right.
This might be number 2. Sweet tea.
And I'm not a sweet tea guy, but it mixes well with the Frosted Flakes.
It's very sweet. The whole thing, the whole operation.
Kate's coming to get his sweet tea. Kate,
you got to need to bring those back because we're going to put the ranking of them on the desk. All right, I like that. I think that might be 2.
Have another try. Yeah, it's pretty good.
We're halfway through this thing. I think the orange juice was awful.
Yeah, it was bad.
Awful. Anyway, I don't know how does the rest of the public feel about promoting gambling with it being a problem in athletics and it being promoted on ESPN? It's something I'm not smart enough to wrap my brain around. It does feel a tad icky to me, but not all the way icky.
Icky.
We're back to picking games. Texas Tech at home in Lubbock. Man, I wish this was a night kick. But it is 11 a.m. kick in Lubbock. The Red Raiders are 10.5-point favorites over BYU.
10.5 over the undefeated team out of the Big 12?
I'm telling you, Vegas has not thought that BYU is any good all year.
Raiders to win, Cougars to cover.
I think Texas Tech wins and covers. That is going to be a really rowdy barn, and you're walking a freshman quarterback in there that doesn't do great in the pass game. I think Tech's good on defense, especially their front seven. Baron Morton is back. This is Tech's last remaining hurdle until they get to the Big 12 championship game. They win this, they're probably in the playoff. BYU's got that same motivation as well, but BYU's got a real schedule still to play after this weekend. I think that's going to be a really tough place for them to play, and Tech can win by 2 touchdowns. It is a big number, but I think, give me Texas Tech to win and cover.
That number was enough to scare me away.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to take BYU outright, but I won't. I'm gonna just say they'll cover.
Whoa!
I'll just say they'll cover. I'm not gonna actually do it, but I was really thinking about it.
Man, that would be pretty devastating for Texas Tech.
That's why I want it to happen.
Okay, so are we picking with our head or our heart there?
That one was purely emotional.
YouTube chat, Reese Nygren, bad beats brought to you by Chauncey Billups.
Ooh.
Hey, Reese Nygren will be here shortly.
Oh, he's on his way in?
He's going to basketball tonight.
Oh,
he's
sweet.
doing some work for us. He's learning a new skill.
All right, so Cade is on BYU. Richard's on BYU. I'm on Tech to win and cover. Here's an interesting one. Iowa at home in Iowa City against Oregon. The Ducks are 6.5-point favorites. The weather here is supposed to be awful.
Like how awful?
Well, let's look it up.
When we're talking awful,
put them
how
over there.
awful?
Well, actually, you got to bring them back because we got to rank these things. So you just put them right there on the desk. What'd you think of the T?
The T's number 2.
Yeah, I think so too. And we're going to overrule you on the. It was 2 to 1 on the Catalyst being better than the Minute Maid, the orange juice. Weather in Iowa City this weekend. That's what I was looking for. It is a high of 46, 50% chance of rain and heavy winds.
Favors a team that likes to run the ball.
Well, Oregon likes to run the ball, but I think that is such an Iowa.
Yeah, that sounds like a
That's
Kinnick
right.
Stadium special.
That's a Kirk Ferentz wet dream. It is. Like I might
will
win
be
this.
wet. So
Is it a dream because he's playing in the rain, or is it a different kind of wet dream?
It's a dream because he's playing in the rain. That's where I'm going with that, you sicko.
You can't say wet dream and not have somebody question you.
I know. But this is a game. Like Kirk Ferentz stays awake at night dreaming about a cold, wet game against a top 10 team coming into Kinnick Stadium. Coming into Kinnick, and Iowa gets 2 safeties and they win 4-3. Like that is Kirk Ferentz. He just that's what it does to him. It gets him all warm and fuzzy. What did not Sam Pittman? What did Brett Bielema say? Borderline erotic. That is a borderline erotic scoreline and weather scenario for Kirk Ferentz. We're going to block a punt, and we're going to block 2 punts. We're going to block 2 punts to go out of the back of the end zone. We're going to win 4-3.
Yuck.
That said, Iowa covers. Oregon wins. Actually, you know what? No. Upset. Iowa wins the game.
Ducks will cover.
Yeah, I got Ducks win and cover.
I'm the only one on nobody believes in Kirk Ferentz.
No, I don't believe
they're playing
Kirk
better offense this year.
Oregon needs this
don't
game.
believe
They
in
need
So,
this game.
Iowa wins, they're still in it. If Iowa wins, they're in the playoff discussion.
Yeah, but if Oregon loses, they're out.
Exactly. If
So
Iowa
they
loses,
need
they're
it
out.
bad.
I don't disagree. I like the spot for Iowa. It's a spot play. It's a spot pick.
I don't believe in them at all.
Speaking of upset alert in the SEC, here it is, Cade. Vanderbilt at home, -6.5 versus an Auburn team that's coming in with an interim head coach. And you listen to the way they talk about how they practice this week, and DJ Durkin is running the ship now. I think Hugh Freeze was just like this biggest, blackest, darkest gray cloud over the program. And I think with the type of athletes that they have at Auburn, if they can play easy and freed up, I think they can win the game. And I'm going to pick them to win the game. Their defense will have a chance to suffocate Vanderbilt.
No, I like the way the game ended in Austin last weekend as a motivating factor for Diego Pavia, Eli Stowers, and those guys to bounce back and get another big-time win. Big-time win, Auburn's terrible. But to get another win, keep their playoff hopes alive, because Clark Lee's going to have that team motivated. He's going to have them understanding that they have absolutely no more margin for error. They are the better team. They should win this game, and they can't let it slip away. Give me the doors to win the game, and I don't really care about the 6.5, so I'll say the Tigers cover, because they've played uncomfortably close games with a lot of teams this year.
Making my point for me.
But I like the doors to ultimately pull it out.
DJ Durkin can get this job, I think, but he's going to have to win, and I think they can. I just – when you looked at Auburn in the preseason, and this is why Hugh Freeze was at SEC Media Days just telling everybody – that would listen that he thought that he had a playoff caliber team. And he might be right. They've been close in a lot of these games. He, as an offensive guru, can't score points. Maybe removing the bad piece to the puzzle is going to allow them to play better. That's what I'm hoping on. Little new coach bounce, as they say across the pond. I'm on Auburn on the upset win. Cade? By the way, we're eating cereal with water in it now.
Yeah, I did. I have some water, so I did that too. I actually like the water better than the sweet tea. Weirdly enough. In any case, I will say...
I don't know.
I'll say Vanderbilt. I think Auburn will probably cover because they do play close games like that, but I think that Vanderbilt's pretty disappointed after the way that went in Austin. And they really do need this game to keep their season on track the way they want it to go. So I'll go Vandy.
We've got a little bit of a dispute here.
I'd go water ahead of the Catalyst.
I like the Catalyst, but
I like the Catalyst
I'm listening. I'm open to listening. Cade liked the water better than the sweet tea. He has water number 2. So that's probably a good compromise.
Yeah, so
that's
averages
probably
out.
a good compromise. All right.
So are we at milk 1,
sweet tea 2,
sweet tea 2, water 3, Catalyst 4, orange juice 5?
Yep.
Okay.
I have high hopes for this one.
That should be good.
I have terrible hopes for these two.
Why don't you go ahead and open that for me while I get to the next game? Virginia at home against these lines. College football, we talked about it yesterday, how it's kind of flattening, and these lines would indicate as much. Virginia, with everything still to play for, they're 6.5-point favorites at home against Wake Forest. Just a touchdown over a Wake Forest team that they got a good win. I guess now you look at SMU as a good win, right?
Yes.
But they don't score. Or they haven't been scoring. And I just don't know if I believe fully in, it's my fault. I haven't watched a bunch of Virginia football. I just don't know if I believe that they're for real. Are they the 13th, 14th best team in the country?
Virginia? I don't know. I haven't watched them play that much. But just by conference affiliation and record, and they've done enough on national television to have some eyeballs on them. Maybe they are the 14th best.
Wake Forest has they've had a weird season.
Bet you it's probably really, really crowded in that 10 to 25 range. Those teams could all cannibalize each other if they were to play a round robin. I don't know if you'd see anybody emerge from that group as the best.
Wake Forest has had such an up and down season. Listen to some of these scores. They beat Kennesaw State 10-9. They lost by 10 to NC State. They lost by 1 to Georgia Tech. Played them tooth and nail. They beat SMU by 1. Then they get blasted by Florida State by 35. They seem to be hard to figure out. I'll take Virginia just because I don't know that I know enough about Wake Forest to make a pick. But if you catch them on the right day, apparently they're going to play a tight game. You know what? I'm flipping. I'm talking myself in circles here. I'm going to go Wake Forest.
To win?
No, Wake Forest cover.
Okay.
I'll take – I'm not a huge believer in Virginia, but if you're going to give me 6.5 points and I don't know much about either team, I'll take the 6.5.
That's the play I'm going with too, because I'm in the same boat as you are. I don't know enough about the Who's.
You know enough about Wake Forest?
Nope, not at all.
So you just take the 6.5.
Yep.
I will continue to ride with Virginia. I've actually watched a few games from them this year. It's a good football team. Yeah, they're a good football team. They play pretty solid defense when they need to.
I like Chandler Morris.
And Chandler Morris, he manages the game real well for them. I think they'll win and cover at home.
K just did. He goes, they're a good football team. Yeah, they're a good football team. It's like he needed to convince himself that his point was right and that Virginia was indeed a good football team.
All right, we're pouring up a little bit of coffee. Frappuccino.
Cafefe.
This is a Frappuccino from Starbucks. You can get it at any gas station. That's where I got this one. In a gas station, right down the driveway here. A parking lot. What do we?
Oh, this is terrible.
It's bad. I can't throw this one, Kate. It's a glass bottle and the lid's not on great.
Yeah, that's not good. Oh, it's bad. No, wrong. It's last. That's going last when you bring it back, Pickham.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be good. Why wouldn't coffee be good in cereal?
Especially the coffee with the milk in it.
The cream already in it.
Yeah. That's bad.
These diapers already got poop in them. Seen that bit?
No.
Rodney Carrington bit. Takes his diapers for his kids back to Walmart to get a refund on them. These diapers already got poop in them. Kid wears them, poops in them, he puts them back in the bag.
I understand the joke, yeah.
All right, Clemson at home against Florida State. At the beginning of the season, this would have been that college game day worthy matchup when you're looking at the schedule in week 11.
It's a who cares.
It is a who cares.
Is it at 11 a.m.? Snooze fest?
No, it's mid-afternoon.
On the CW?
Clemson minus 2.5 at home against Florida State. I'm picking with my heart here. I think Florida State. I think they've made a decision already to move on from Mike Norvell. I want this seat to keep ratcheting it up on the temperature of the seat to keep getting ratcheted up on Dabo Swinney, so I can hear him whine again in a press conference. I get a lot of joy out of that.
Win or lose, he's going to whine in a press conference. That's the thing. He's going to say something outlandish that doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and he's going to walk away thinking he's one of the smartest people in the room when everybody else that was in that room or inside those four walls had it confirmed to them that he's one of the dumbest people in the room. Yeah, I'll take the Noles. Because I'm picking with my heart.
Yeah, I would love to see Florida State because the closer that Dabo gets to implosion, and there's some interesting things being said about some sitting head coaches. I don't know if you heard Josh Pate on Bussin' with the Boys.
I did not.
Will Compton was like, give us some coaching intel that on your way out, and he acted like he was going to throw a grenade, like pulled the pin off a grenade, threw it up in the air, and said, "Don't be surprised if Lincoln Riley's somewhere else." And then they cut the end of the show. I think Dabo's in that boat too. I think Dabo is hireable at Auburn. I think Dabo would be hireable at Florida. I don't think Florida wants to hire him. There's a lot of juice. There's a lot of juice for Lane Kiffin at Florida now.
Dabo at Auburn's very, very interesting to me. That would be, that's something because he's an Alabama guy for the longest time. He was the coach in waiting for Coach Saban, and then he obviously, he's not going to get the Alabama job ever at this point, unless he can somehow save, reconstruct, reclaim his career, and once again prove he's among the elite college coaches in the game. I just don't see that happening. So it would be quite the career arc to see an Alabama guy go win national titles and restore Clemson to former glory. They never had. They never won championships?
No,
Pretty sure they won a championship before Dabo was there. They were good before he was there, just it wasn't for a long time.
They won one in 1981.
Yeah. And then to land on the Plains, the disgraced son of Alabama goes to coach Auburn?
I don't think he cares about that stuff anymore.
I don't think he cares about it at all. I don't think he's ever cared about it, but I'm saying it makes for a fun storyline for us, the fans, to follow.
If he's running to try to rebuild somewhere, I don't think he cares. Like, he's going to want to do it in a power league, though. And I don't think Arkansas is an option. It's going to have to be a premier job. And again, this is totally speculative. I don't know. He's just said a lot of weird stuff this year at press conferences, and he's been extra whiny.
He's a weird
So give me the Noles because I'm pulling for him to not only cover but to win the game. Cade?
I will also take the Noles. I don't like Dabo, and it would be super funny if they lost, if they keep losing. And it would honestly be funnier if they kept losing and then he didn't get fired. I think that would be the funniest outcome.
So the three of us are all on Clemson, all three on Florida State, not because we have any football analysis to provide, just because we want to see more Dabo tears.
Yes,
Correct.
I like the Dabo. We are enjoying the Dabo car crash.
Is this considered a hate watch?
That would be considered a hate watch scenario.
This is it's turning into one of my favorite hate watches.
Break down Tommy Castellanos against Cade Klubnik. We are talking about we just want to see the world burn for Dabo. I thought this was awful. We have very different.
It's way too much sugar, but it's still better than
the orange things. Here's one that I think the home favorite here can win by 3 touchdowns. Alabama in Tuscaloosa, 9.5-point favorites against LSU. Where's the way for LSU to score points here?
If
I'm going to sit here and say that getting Hugh Freeze out was removing a gray cloud over the program, you'd have to say the same thing about Brian Kelly at LSU, right?
Yes. The way for them to score points, if Ty Simpson has a nightmare and throws it to A.J. Halsey 3 times.
Short fields. I don't envision a scenario where LSU
I'm not even
puts together
talking short
drives.
fields, dude. I'm talking like Kyle Allen against Alabama in 2015 or whatever.
I think the dynamic passing game
16.
is going to give LSU problems. They have a really good corner in Mansour Delane. A.J. Halsey's a good player, but the good quarterbacks kind of rip them up. And not only that, you have to look at how they played against A&M, and the give-up factor already kicked in. Do they have a new coach bump now that Frank Wilson's running the show and everybody likes Frank Wilson? That's what you're betting on if you're LSU. But to me, this isn't where I want to see LSU keep burning. These are football issues that I'm having with this game where I can't see LSU keeping this thing close. I just think Alabama and Texas A&M are actually pretty similar. I think the Aggies have a better run game. And I would say Alabama probably has a little bit more polished passing game, but I think they're constructed very similarly. And Josh Pate tweeted out that if A&M and Alabama played on a neutral site this week, Bama would be 1.5-point favorite. So it's essentially a pick 'em. Mm-hmm. I didn't see LSU show any semblance of consistent offense as the game wore on against A&M the other night, and I don't think they can do it here. And I think Alabama can score, and I think Alabama can score in the 30s. And can LSU get to 21? They're going to have some short fields, and there's going to have to be some turnovers. I think Alabama wins and covers.
Yep. Yeah, I've convinced myself that they are going to cover that outrageous number for an Alabama LSU game. Because a couple of years ago,
been blowouts?
Yeah, there was a blowout last time the Alabama went down to Tiger Stadium. So literally last year.
Yeah, that was Milroe ripped them up.
Yeah, otherworldly beatdown.
Alabama, this rivalry, which really took on a kind of a different level when LSU got good and they played the game of the century. Was that a 6-3 game or 9-6 or something like that? It was all field goals in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
That's whenever this rivalry really, they poured kerosene on it and it exploded. But you look at it, it's been very one-sided. The first time they played was in 1895, and they've played 84, 89 times. Alabama's won 57 of them.
It's pretty lopsided.
57, 27, and 5 are the tied against LSU. The last matchup it was 42-13 in Tiger Stadium. Look at the series. Alabama has won 4 of the last 5 in this series. The loss coming in 2022, LSU went for 2. That was Brian Kelly went for 2. Remember that?
Yes.
Mason Taylor, and LSU won 32-31. But Bama's wins, listen to this. Bama's wins since 2020, 55-17, 20-14, 42-28, 42-13. Bama has been scoring a ton of points against LSU, and I think they're going to do it again.
I feel a lot better about that pick than, give me the Tide to cover that 9.5.
Cade?
Yeah, the Bama's too good. Yeah, they're going to cover. I don't know. LSU just... Do they start Van Buren?
No. I mean, Nussmeier...
I don't know. I'd actually feel better about LSU covering if they started Van Buren, to be completely honest.
Well, we don't know how Van Buren would play over the course of a whole game in that offense. Like, we just haven't. There's not a big enough sample size.
I agree, but I think that offensive line is so bad, and he can at least move.
Boy, I think Garrett Nussmeier is hurt, and
yeah,
I mean, we know he's hurt. He's saying that he has that ab issue, but did you see some of the throws he was making against A&M toward the boundary? Like, they were fluttering and they had no juice on him. It reminded me when Gerard Johnson was the quarterback here, and everybody could tell Gerard's arm, like, there was something wrong with him.
The only real good toss he made in that game was that deep ball to, I believe it was Barry Brown.
Yeah, it was a good ball.
And he beat and it just honestly, it wasn't even bad coverage from Des Ricks. It was just a great throw.
I thought his best throw was the back shoulder to like that looked like it had a little juice on it. The back shoulder to Trey Des Green for the touchdown.
The end zone.
I mean, but like the deep ball, like,
he could have thrown that one anywhere though.
To me, the deep ball, like, he can just kind of throw it up, and that was a good throw. But he was trying to drive some out routes, and the ball was just it did not pop out of his hand. It kind of came up and fluttered, and just lends more credence to the fact that he's got the belief. Lends more credence to the belief that he's got a shoulder issue. But yeah, we're all on Alabama to win and cover that one. Here's a giant line, and I put it on here for a reason. Notre Dame at home against Navy. The Fighting Irish are 25.5-point favorites. Just a week ago, Navy was going down to North Texas and potentially continue unbeaten and playing for that G5 spot in the playoffs.
They're still alive for that G5 spot in the playoffs.
Not anymore. I mean, that's what we're letting in. Like, we're going to let in a team that is 25.5-point dogs to Notre Dame, who's ranked 10th.
I think they keep it a lot closer than 25.5.
Do you?
I do.
I don't. I think Notre Dame can swallow them defensively. Like, I thought they were going to score a bunch against North Texas. They didn't. They completely melted down when they got in the red zone. They're trying to do more shotgun stuff and throwing the ball. Why? You're Navy.
You don't need to throw it all.
But they were lined up in shotgun. I hated it. I think Notre Dame, CJ Carr is a great player. I think they're going to get what they want on the ground with J.D. Price and Jeremiah Love. 25.5 points is a ton, but I'm going to take the Fighting Irish to cover. This could be a 35-7 game, 42-7 game.
If Navy's able to run the triple option,
did Navy score 14 last week?
Effectively enough. Not good, not great, nothing like that. But if they're able to be...
Hold on, was that a DAP that I just heard?
Yeah.
Holy crap, that was like the greatest DAP of all time.
I'm really good at that. Yeah, actually, that's one of my skills.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, yes, I did.
I thought
show the camera.
Hit it again.
Man.
Yeah, we got clean-shaven Reese Nygren.
Hit it. Hey, hit the DAP again.
Hit the DAP again. That wasn't as good, but it's
still
okay.
Pretty good.
It's still good, Cade.
I didn't know you were that aggressive with it. Like, you're a big DAP up guy.
I'm pretty good at it. It's one of my skills. Yeah.
I have a very specific set of skills.
It's one of
that's what he wrote on his resume whenever he was applying for the internship at TexAgs.
Yeah, I remember seeing Cade Bickham's internship application.
They scored 17.
Great dapper.
They scored 17 points last week. Did Navy at North Texas? I don't see how they're going to score more than that at Notre Dame.
I don't know if Notre Dame is going to have the ball enough to get out to a 25-point lead, is my thing. Because if Navy does what Navy should do and they can pick up enough first downs and they can wind the clock, they can I don't say they will control the time of possession battle, but they will have enough of a chunk taken out of it to where maybe Notre Dame doesn't get up 4 touchdowns, dude. 4 touchdowns.
Listen, I'm of the opinion that, right now Memphis would be the G5 invite.
Yes.
I'd like to see what Memphis versus Notre Dame on a neutral field, what that spread would be. If it's over 20 points, what are we doing allowing these G5 teams to be in there? WD6919 says in the chat, Brad Duncan says G5 needs their own playoff, and then WD6919 said, yeah, G5 needs their own playoff. And that, if this is what we're going to get with these contenders, these G5 contenders,
kind of hard to argue.
When they go to the number 10 team in the country that has 2 losses, and they're getting 25.5 points. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Bad.
All right, moving on. So
Also, that's what it's going to be.
I'm on Notre Dame to win and cover. You're on Navy to cover, Cade?
I think I'll take Navy to cover just because that line is pretty ridiculous. But I don't know. I could see Notre Dame covering that, and it would be awesome if they did from an A&M perspective. But I don't think that they will.
Am I the last one seeing the Antonio Brown news?
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
ESPN notification: former NFL star Antonio Brown, extradited from Dubai, arrested on attempted murder charge stemming from a shooting in Miami.
That CTE is really going crazy.
ESPN.
Dude.
So he was doing that for a while.
That guy really fell off a cliff,
He was giving out Cracker of the Week awards.
He fell off a cliff. He was so good at football, too, and then Vontaze Burfict just, like,
And what's amazing about Antonio Brown falling off the cliff is that we all saw it. Was it a Thursday night game in Tampa Bay where he took his shoulder pads and jersey off? It was when he was playing with Brady and, ran off the field. It was nationally televised.
It was in New York. He just runs off the field, and now he apparently killed somebody in Miami and was extradited from Dubai.
Allegedly.
You see the video of him in that pool that day?
No, I did not.
No, you don't want to see it.
This actually ain't bad.
It's Gatorade. Gatorade 0. You call it yellow Gatorade or green Gatorade?
Yellow.
Yeah, it's yellow. Right now.
It ain't bad.
That ain't bad.
This is right there.
Oh, grabbing the Gatorade. Thank you, Reese. Welcome to the B team. Long-time listener.
First. Yeah, he is a long-time listener. He does chime in quite a bit. Hey, can you bring back your mustache? Yeah, please. Because, without it, Evangelist has the best mustache in the office by virtue of being the only one. So he needs some competition. He needs someone to humble him. I think that's you, Reese, and your mustache.
Hey,
I know the TexAgs Live users love Reese Nygren's mustache. You got to bring it back. Clean-shaven Reese is good. I like clean-shaven Reese, but I like
You're getting real Trumpy
Reese.
with your mannerisms.
I've been hanging around with Nick Savage a little bit too much, too. He just talks with his hands a lot, too. Somebody said yesterday that my Trump sounds like Paul McCartney. I sound like Paul McCartney when I try to do Trump. I don't hear it. I just don't hear it.
It's a little Britishy.
Is it British?
Where are we going to put that Gatorade? I think it might go ahead of the water.
Yeah, I could see it right there in that cut line. That ain't bad.
What do you think, Cade? I'm going to have it at 3. I think it's better than the water.
Not pretty good, actually, yeah.
I'm good with that.
Was it
I don't
better?
know if I put it ahead of the water, but if you guys are in agreement that
I think he wanted it. Richard wanted it behind the water.
I could put it either place. I don't care.
Okay, well, we'll put it. Just scooch that down a little bit. There we go. That's our order so far, with one still remaining, the Coke Zero. Again, answering the questions that you've all been wondering: is milk really the best thing to put?
Answer's yes.
In cereal? So far, the answer is yes. Moving on. The next game, we'll probably have...
Are we done with the Antonio Brown thing?
I don't really care. Do you care that much to keep talking about it?
I'm just shocked.
It's a
crazy headline.
You're shocked?
Yes, I'm shocked that he tried to kill somebody.
No, I'm not. I mean...
At this point, nothing he does surprises me.
You clearly didn't see that video of him in the pool.
Sounds like I didn't want to see the video of him in the pool.
Here's a game that nobody's going to care about and very few people will watch. Kentucky at home against Florida. The Gators are 3.5-point favorites. I do not care.
Snooze fest.
What sport is this?
Dallas Wilson's not even playing, so what's the point in watching the Florida offense?
Yeah, he can redshirt.
Is this SEC Network Plus?
I don't know what I don't know what state channel this game's on.
Florida by however many points they want.
I'm on the other one. I think Kentucky wins at home. Dude, as much as I really like DJ Lagway as a kid, and I think he's got incredible talent and ability, you can tell he's not been developed there. And that's not really his fault. I mean, his quarterback coach and offensive coordinator was Billy Napier, who's already been fired, but he's reckless with the football. And it bit him last year against Georgia, and it nearly bit him bad again this year against Georgia. But it's just he's not taking the next step. And whoever they hire, should be job number one is first keep DJ Lagway at Florida and then develop him, because if you can develop him, you may have one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC. He's just not played that way this year. And again, I'm not blaming the kid as much as I am. He's just not been developed. But Kentucky's playing better. I would say Kentucky's playing better. I think the Wildcats win one at home.
Reese has a video that could change your mind about, well, he's not playing, but a video that could change your mind about Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, we've seen this. This is Zach Calzada doing a money spread.
I haven't seen that.
We were looking at it earlier. Luke had it pulled up. This is Zach Calzada counting his money.
What?
Hey, Cade,
Yeah.
I sent you a text that we're going to start doing those. I don't know what we're going to call it, but every Thursday we are going to have one of those videos like Rhonda from the same show. I sent Cade one a couple of days ago. We didn't run it on Tuesday. I'm going to start running one of those every Thursday.
Okay.
So if you can get that one pulled up from Tuesday that I sent you.
I don't know if I can do it in the amount of time that we have left.
Okay.
But we can start next week.
Remind me.
Yes.
So it's the 1980s, 1990s
Where
dating
did these
promos.
bowls come from?
I bought them.
You
at
bought
a gas
them?
station. Why?
What is our last beverage, by the way?
Because somebody in the chat was asking.
Where we got the bowls?
Yeah. Says, please, I'm dying to know where you got the bowls from.
Just the gas station? They're like
The gas station.
throwaway bowls.
Cali.
Oh, it was Cali?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't really count. I thought it was like somebody had a genuine question.
Did you
Somebody
see
that really
what-
appreciates
did you
us
see
in
the
this
text
show.
I sent you earlier?
I haven't looked at my phone. in a
Aggie
while.
softball tweeted get to know you.
Huh?
Aggie softball, like they've been running a get to know you series of different players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just posted about the one who works here.
Oh, God, Richard. The final liquid that we will be pouring into cereal is Coke Zero. Oh, that sugar hits it and it fizzes up real good.
This has potential to be. This will either be very good or
Fire.
the worst.
Way to
Fire.
go, Cade. Yes, those are the two options.
Well, no, I don't know if
This
it's
is
Great
gonna be
announcement.
good
Well,
or
it could
bad?
go in the middle.
On Saturday, Texas A&M will either win. That would be really good. Or they will lose. That would be very bad.
I'm sorry. It could go in the middle. We have
This
8
is the
drinks.
most interesting one. This is interesting. I kind of like it.
I like it.
I kind of like it.
I like it.
I dig it. It's third for me. There you go. I think that's pretty good. There's something about the like the cola flavor mixed with all that sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, I just described cola. What does Coca-Cola taste like? What are the flavors in Coca-Cola? Like sassafras? Or is that root beer?
Coke tastes like Coke, dude.
Yeah, but there's flavors. Like there wasn't a Coke flavor. They had to flavor it like something. Oh. Like
Hurt my nose.
Like nose Coke you're talking about?
No.
Some
Cola nut, right?
Some Colombian
nut?
whites.
I don't know.
Is there a
It's
cola
not-
nut?
That's what I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Hey, Reese,
Let's
can you
Google this.
also make yourself useful and
does-
dispose of our bowls?
What does Coke taste like? Oh, here, you can hand it to me, Reese. I can't reach down there. I'm fat. All right, where do we think this goes? I think this is third.
Be careful. They do have
not
liquids
terrible.
in them. So
Actually,
be careful. Everybody say hi to Reese. Hi, Reese.
I will say, yeah, I'll put that third. That's
Yeah,
fine
be
with me.
careful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, be careful.
Slide that down. This
Slide
was going
this-
slide that down. We got to slide them all down so this Coke can fit in there.
Root beer is related to sassafras.
Related, like they're cousins?
Well, in some states, that could be.
All right, what does Coke taste like? Caramel and vanilla. Hints of cinnamon and a citrus undertone. I mean, it sounds like they're doing a bourbon review. But it's probably the caramel and vanilla that I'm tasting that goes well with that cereal.
Callie Garner, what does Coke taste like is a crazy thing to search on the internet. Not the craziest thing searched in this office this week. That belongs to David Nuno.
Do we pick Kentucky, Florida? I'm on Kentucky to win.
I have Florida.
Oh, I forgot we were still doing this. Sorry, let me pull it up again. Sorry.
It was Florida minus 3.5.
Give me Florida.
All right.
We might need to move quickly. Reese and I got to get out of here.
Yep. Here we go. UCLA at home against Nebraska. Bruins are favored by 2.5. I'm going to pick UCLA to win and cover. I am not a believer in Nebraska. And I said it yesterday. It's crazy to me the pass that Matt Rule's getting.
A long time ago, I used to have a UCLA baseball shirt, so I'll just pick the Bruins based off of that. No real analysis to provide because I don't watch bad teams in the Big Ten.
I will.
Michigan.
I will also pick UCLA because Rayola's hurt, and if their offense is bad with him, then I can only imagine how bad it is without him.
Good call. I forgot that Rayola went out. Yeah, they're playing the Latif kid. He looked terrible.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal.
Here's an interesting one. San Diego State still in the hunt for that G5 spot in the playoffs. They are going to Hawaii, to the islands. They are favored by 6.5 points. Sean Lewis is going to get some real looks for a big head coaching job. This is a tough spot to go out there to Hawaii. It's the late game. I want to stay up and watch this.
10:00 p.m. Central Time.
I like San Diego State. I think they win and they cover.
7-1. I'm trying to look through their schedule real quick. One of their wins is Stony Brook.
They beat Cal.
Washington State.
They beat up Cal.
Yeah, they beat them 34-0. This team's good. Okay, this Northern Illinois game, you see this? They beat them 6-3.
No. Was it in Illinois? They're from.
Yes, it was in DeKalb.
So yeah, they're going halfway across the country, and it's probably cold.
Who's their loss? The loss is to Washington State.
San Diego State.
Yeah, San Diego State. Give me the Aztecs to cover. Why not? I like that you point out that they're still alive and making a push for that Group of 5 spot because why not? All of us across the country have just kind of assumed it's going to go to the American because that's been a crowded conference race. It's been a lot of fun to follow for people who
Hawaii
are
undefeated at home
else,
this year.
But ooh.
Hawaii undefeated at home.
Give me the Aztecs to break it. Let's go. Let's do it.
Aztecs to win. Hawaii covers.
And I'll give a shout out to Marcus Ratcliffe. He played at San Diego State. He's a San Diego kid, born and raised. And it would be really nice for San Diego to have some good sports for a change.
Okay, give us a pick.
Get it during baseball season.
I'll take Hawaii to win.
Okay, Hawaii wins at home. They keep their undefeated home record alive, according to Cade Bickham. My upset alerts. These are dogs that I think can win the game. Iowa State is a 6.5 point underdog to TCU. I think the Cyclones can bounce back. I'm not super impressed with TCU. Kansas is on the road at Arizona. The Wildcats are getting 5.5 points. I think Kansas can win the game. They're dynamic. I like Jalen Daniels. I think Kansas has not gotten anybody this year. I think they're going to get somebody. This is their spot. And here's a sneaky one. Delaware at home, 6.5 point dogs to Louisiana Tech. From Ruston going all the way across the country, and they're favored by 6.5. I think Delaware can win the game. All right, last thing, we'll get out of here. Score prediction, Texas A&M and Missouri.
38-17. That's the score prediction that Mr. Ryan Swope gave us in the TexAgs production room after his hit on TexAgs Live this morning. And then I made the comment, we're going to Fetty Wap them. And he said, yeah, we're going to Fetty Wap that. We're going to do it. 17-38. Aggies.
I'm going 34-24.
34-24. That's nothing. I don't think that's a Fetty Wap song.
I do think this is going to be close. I can see A&M scoring late to. I think the Aggies. Boy, it's a lot of points. Is it 7.5?
It's 6.5.
We're picking the score anyway. We're just picking a score. 34-24 A&M.
Statement being made. That's my go-to. That's why I've got it a third.
Okay, wrap us up.
Whatever it is.
31-21 Ags.
All right. We'll on the 94.5-hour break, Cade and Reese are sprinting across Welborn to go to Reed Arena. Richard and I will be shortly behind them. Aggies and Texas Southern starting tip-off is at 7 o'clock. We'll see you next week here on the B Team, sponsored by Southwood Valley Animal Hospital.